We all have done something weird in our first yoga class, right? I know, I've been that myself, but listen up, awkward yoga times are over because I will teach you interesting facts about prana and give you few tips on how to use prana effectively in your next yoga class. Prana in Sanskrit means vital life force. In our energy body, prana flows through the nadis, which are channels carrying air, arteries, veins, nerves, and so on. Prana is all about breathing gently and calmly because when you inhale, we breathe energy, prana, which brings in fresh energy to our seven chakras. As we breathe out, all of the impurity that unbalance us get out of the energy system. So prana is all about breathing well, and this is when pranayama comes in. By the way, pranayama means breathing technique that help you to preserve and control prana. If prana is prevented from flowing naturally within the energy system, it not only make your yoga practice more difficult, but it could also cause you major health and emotional problems. In the end of the day, breathing techniques that I mentioned before, such as the victorious breath, are great techniques to preserve and expand prana. So remember that while you practice yoga, try to calmly expand the breath because it will boost the vital life force in your body system, which opens up the chakras. So I'm gonna actually show you 5 common mistakes that beginners make when they are in a yoga class. So basically, if they're breathing in those 5 different ways, means that they are not controlling prana, they are not maximizing their yoga practice, they are not preserving, controlling energy, which will have negative effects on their practice, health, well-being, and concentration as well. So the very first mistake is that they breathe too strongly. So they inhale through the nostrils, they make too much pressure, they emphasize too much on the breathing in. And then as they breathe out, again, the same thing, too much pressure, there's not much control. So this is mistake number 1, breathing too strong in and out, right? Is wrong. So you shouldn't breathe. No, this is not how you breathe while you practice yoga. Right, mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, they breathe too short. So they inhale, they are not expanding the breath. It's in and out quite fast. So even though they might be breathing well, like, but it's too fast, it's too short. They're not expanding the lungs and the rib cage and diaphragm. So this is second big mistake that people, especially beginners, make all the time. So mistake number 3 is when they're not breathing. So let's say they stop breathing. Then obviously they will lack energy, they will lack flow, they will lack prana. And again, you should be consistent when you're breathing. You shouldn't stop breathing while you practice yoga. So yeah, this is mistake number 3, not breathing. Come on, you gotta breathe. You need fresh air, you need energy in your system. And so not breathing is a very common mistake as well. The 4th common mistake is when they breathe out and they make that kind of very loud noise or sound, which is a bit like this. No, this is wrong. You don't breathe like that when you practice yoga. And the 5th mistake, which is very common actually, is when they breathe through the mouth, right? So they So you don't breathe through the mouth when you practice yoga. You can do that when you're doing fitness, running, swimming, cycling, I mean, triathlon, you name it. There are so many different activities, sport activities that you can actually breathe through the mouth and nose at the same time. But while you practice yoga, we want to preserve energy. We want to use pranayama, and we want to make sure that we are controlling and expanding the breath, prana, and this will help you to boost your energy levels, and it will open your chakras as well. So remember, all those 5 major mistakes are very common when you just start your yoga practice, when you go to your first yoga practice. But no more, we've covered this, you know what to do next time. But now I'm going to add value to your practice. So now I'm going to show you the victorious breath. It's also called Ujjayi breath, which is a breath that I use in the Secret Yoga Manual, and it is really good to preserve and control prana. And as you just mentioned before, it's the life force, the vital life force, and it helps to deepen our practice and opens up our chakras. It is great. So I will teach you how to breathe properly when you practice yoga, especially in the Secret Yoga Manual. So when you are in your yoga class or when you practice yoga manual, you will make sure that you are relaxed and that you bring all of your awareness to the practice, and you will start breathing through the nostrils. Yes, breathing through the nostrils, nose, all the way through the practice. All right? So I will show you right now how you do it. And as you breathe in through the nostrils, in silence for 2 seconds, you breathe out through the nostrils for 2 seconds. It could vary, but for this particular time, you want to do 2 breaths, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out, and try to synchronize the same length as you breathe in, the same length as you breathe out. And let's do it a little bit more, a couple more breaths. So you inhale for 2 seconds in, exhale for 2 seconds out. As you breathe out, you will try to replicate the ocean sound, like the ocean. That's very constant kind of sound, but you're going to do it in a very nice and calm way that only you can hear, just yourself. It's not strong, it's not loud, it's not with your open mouth. You're going to contract the back of your throat, and gently, very gently, you will try to replicate the ocean noise, the ocean sound, in a very calm, relaxed, and soft way as much as possible, right? And to do that, I'm going to try to put the microphone really close to my mouth and throat. So I will inhale through the nostril in silence. As I breathe out, try to replicate the ocean sound. Alright, so it is very, very calm. It's very, very gentle. And only I can hear myself, right? By doing that, you will lengthen your breath, you expand your breath, you preserve and control prana, and you're gonna take your yoga practice to the next level. Alright? Thanks for watching. I hope that you manage to use prana in your favor in your next yoga class. Remember to be patient with it. And if you like this video, subscribe and drop me a message. Namaste.